guitar enthusiasts, I'm here to teach you 4 simple songs to help you start playing real music this week. These are the 4 chords that I teach students in my 7-level guitar system to help them start having fun with their guitar much faster. Now, these are simplified versions of the chords, and despite what the music purists say, don't worry, this is not cheating. This is to help you have more fun, because if you're able to play real music and have fun with your guitar, you're more likely to stick with it. So I'd rather simplify things for you just a little bit and increase your chances of actually sticking with learning the guitar than having you quit in frustration. So these are simplified versions of chords, but it's what I've taught thousands of students in my guitar program, and they thank me every time. So let's get started with the first chord, because once you learn all 4 of these, you're going to be able to play thousands of songs on your guitar. So the first chord we're going to start with is an E minor chord. Now, I am assuming in this video that you already know how to tune your guitar and hold it. If you don't, go to the link below, grab my free guitar crash course, and then come back to this video here. But an E minor chord requires 2 fingers. We're going to be using our first finger and our second finger. And you're going to see a little block pop up over here. This is called a chord diagram. And all it does is show us where to put our fingers on our guitar. Now we have these blocks here. They are called frets. We're going to be working in these first 3 blocks right here. So the first 3 frets, number 1, number 2, number 3. Okay, and I refer to the top of the guitar as the thick string and the bottom of the guitar as the thin string. So what we're going to do for this first chord is we're going to take our first finger, we're going to count up 2 blocks, and we're going to move down 1 string here. So this is going to be the 5th string, okay, 2nd fret. And then we're going to take our second finger and we're going to put it right below on that 2nd fret on the 4th string, okay? And it's going to sound like this if you strum it. It's a very dark, mysterious chord. So let's go about finding that again, all right? So let's take our hand off the guitar. We're going to take our first finger, put it on the top string, go 1, 2, move it down 1 string, and then we're going to put our second finger right below. Now you might have noticed my first finger kind of slid back a little bit to make room for this second finger, okay? So your fingers might do that too. Everyone's hand's different, so find what works best for you, okay? One more time, first finger, top string, 2nd fret, down 1 string, second finger right underneath it in the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Okay, this is an E minor chord and we're gonna strum all 6 strings, okay? This is a full chord. This isn't a simplified version of the chord. And the reason I use the first and second fingers, because there's some of you might have learned an E minor chord and you're like, Lauren, can I do this with my second and third fingers? You can, there's nothing wrong with it. It sounds exactly the same. But what I'm gonna do when I show you the next couple chords is I'm gonna create a pivot point for you. And these pivot points help make it easier for you to change between the chords, because the biggest problem students have is that their chord changes aren't fast enough. And I work with a lot of older adults. If you don't know who I am, I'm Lauren Bateman, and I specialize in helping absolute beginners, particularly older adults over the age of 50, learn to play and have fun with their guitar. So moving 1 finger on the guitar when you're just getting started is very hard. Never mind moving 3 or 4 of them at the same time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a pivot point for you to get from an E minor chord into our next 2 chords, all right? So let's go to our second chord, which will help you play your first song. So the first chord we had was the E minor. Okay, so we're gonna get that in place. Again, first finger, top string, up 1 fret, down a string, second finger in place. So we have E minor. Now to get to my next chord, so this is gonna be your easy C chord. The easy C chord, the second finger is not going to move. The second finger is gonna stay in place. What's gonna happen is your first finger is going to pivot down to this B string, which is the 2nd string up from the bottom, 1st fret. Okay, so if I go back to my E minor, I'm going to lift up my first finger, second finger's not going to move, and I'm just going to pivot down to the B string. Now for comfort's sake, you might adjust this second finger back in the string. As a note, The further back in the fret you go, the harder you have to press to make the string sound. So if you can, it's hard in the beginning because you might not have a lot of stretch. The closer you can stay to the front of the fret, the better. Middle also works, but the closer to the front of the fret, the easier it is to press. All right, so this was our C chord. So if we go back to E minor, we're gonna swing that first finger back into place. All right, so we have our E minor chord, and then I'm just gonna move the first finger to that first fret of the second string. And we're gonna just strum the bottom 4 strings. Okay, so it's a very bright sounding C chord. Okay, so if we go back to E minor now, we're just gonna swing that first finger back up on that 5th string. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to the C chord. Ready, pivot. And then we're gonna go back to the E minor. Okay, swing that finger back to C. Okay, and then back to E minor. Okay, so you can see it's much easier to do this than it is to do this. Okay, and you can see I still have a pivot point. Most people learn this 3-fingered C chord, and it usually ends up sounding like that. And the reason is to spread your fingers over 3 frets is very difficult in the beginning stages. You don't have a lot of dexterity in your hands, but also moving 3 fingers is a lot harder than just moving 1. Okay, a lot of my students, when they come to me, they're like, I'm trying to learn this really hard C chord and I want to give up. And I show them the 2-finger C chord and they're like, I can do that. And I say, yes, you can. We're going to start here. We will graduate to the full C chord. But if you learn this E minor in the easy C chord, you can learn a song called Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles. I do have a tutorial on that here on YouTube. And it's basically a 2-chord song. There's not very many of them, but that's a first song. That's a great one to start with. And all you have to do is practice moving this first finger, E minor, C, E minor, C, E minor, C. So those are your first 2 chords. The 3rd chord we're going to learn is an easy G chord. All right, now if you're a music purist, we call this a G6 chord, if you want to know that. But I just tell people it's the easy G chord. And we're gonna go back to our E minor. And hopefully you're starting to get familiar with it. But if not, just in case, let's start on that top string again with our first finger, slide it up to the 2nd fret, move it down to the 5th string, put that 2nd finger right underneath it on the 4th string, okay? And we're gonna strum that E minor. To get to the easy G chord, we're gonna leave our first finger in place now. The first finger is gonna be our pivot point. And we're gonna pivot up our 2nd finger to the E, this low E string, 3rd fret, okay? And you're gonna strum the whole guitar, okay? So it's gonna go back to E minor, and then pivot that 2nd finger up, and you got G. Now you'll notice my first finger here, just like on that C chord, it's sliding forwards and back. Okay, so I'm making room for my fingers, and everyone's fingers are different, so we're making room for that finger to get by. Now a note on the G chord, especially for me, because my fingers are weird, I can't press directly on this string, or I tend to mute the string below. So sometimes I have to place my string just a little bit higher up on that string to make enough room to clear the string. So if you're hearing muted strings, it's okay, that's totally normal. Totally normal, you just have to find what works best for your hand. And a lot of times as you get better with doing these chords, you're gonna get more experience, you're gonna get more flexible, and that by itself fixes a lot of these problems. So what I would recommend students do now at this stage, before I teach you the 4th chord, is I would recommend that they work on transitioning between these 3 chords because they share a pivot point. And I would tell them we're gonna start on the G chord. So we're gonna put our first finger up 2 frets, down 1, and then the 2nd finger on that top string, okay? And we're gonna go G. We're gonna pivot into E minor, so slide that first finger back, 2nd finger comes down, E minor. Now we're gonna pivot into our C chord, okay? 2nd finger is gonna slide back a little bit, first finger pivots down to the B string, and we have C, and then we're gonna go back to E minor, to G, to E minor, to C, to E minor, to G, okay? And that's what I would have you do. I would just have you go between these chords just to get your fingers moving, because that's half the battle when you're learning guitar, is just to get those fingers moving back and forth, okay? All right, so hopefully by now, and you can pause the video if you need to, you're starting to feel better about these three chords and moving between them, because you really only have to move one finger. So the fourth chord we're going to learn is called a D chord, and this is going to be an easy D chord because again, it only requires two fingers. Unfortunately, there is no pivot point between the E minor chord and the D. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from where we know, and then we're going to go someplace new. So we're going to start on our E minor chord again, first fret, second fret, down one string, second finger underneath. Okay, we have our E minor chord. What we are going to do is we're going to lift up our second finger and we're going to count down 1, 2 strings. Okay, so that's the motion there. And then we're going to use the third finger on the third fret of our B string. And we're only going to strum the bottom 4 strings. Okay, this is technically called a D sus2 chord. It is a D chord. It sounds very pretty, very nice, but it only requires 2 fingers. Now to get back to E minor, we would lift up the third finger, move the first finger up, move it up again, and then put the second finger right underneath. Okay, so what you might want to practice doing is just going from the first finger here to here, all right, from the 5th string to the 3rd string. Just work on that transition because that's the biggest jump. Fortunately, they're in the same fret, and then getting that third finger into place. So you'd have E minor and D, E minor and D. Okay, and once you learn these 4 chords, you'll be able to play songs like Heart of Gold. Okay, you can play songs like Heart of Gold. You can play Zombie by the Cranberries. I think Perfect by Ed Sheeran might be one of them. You can play Brown Eyed Girl. You can play a large part of Country Roads. There are a lot of songs that you can play with just these 4 chords, and I have a lot of them and tutorials on my website, laurenbateman.com. So at this point, my recommendation to you would be working on practicing transitions between these chords, because that's what songs are. Songs are just 4 chords, sometimes 3 chords, 3 or 4 chords that have different transitions. So what I would do is I would recommend going from E minor to C, E minor to G, E minor to D. Okay, that's all your E minor transitions. Then I would work on going from G to C. That's going to be a big jump. G to C, G to D. And then I would work on going from C to D. Okay, so those are all your chord combinations, and if you learn all of those, you'll be able to play any song that uses these 4 chords. And I promise you, there are thousands of them out there, and I do have a number of them on my website. Now, if you found this video helpful and you are a beginner, and particularly if you're an older learner, I would love to work with you in my 7-level guitar system. It is a step-by-step program designed for beginner guitar students to have more fun on their guitar this year. Okay, because learning to play the guitar is not easy. Learning on YouTube, there's lots of information here over on YouTube. I teach a lot on YouTube, but there is nothing like having a step-by-step lesson plan to help you make progress week to week and month to month. So if you are serious about learning to play the guitar, I highly recommend that you go check out my 7-level guitar system. I'll put a link in the description below, and I hope to see you in another lesson video real soon.